Good evening. I'm Haley Wilgus. Scott Dennis has the day off. Thanks for joining us. Our top story, a major military strike on Afghanistan. The United States dropped its largest non-nuclear bomb on an Islamic State tunnel complex in eastern Afghanistan today. The 22,000-pound bomb is called the mother of all bombs. ABC's Janae Norman explains what we know about the mission.
The mother of all bombs.
The GBU-43 is a large, powerful, and accurately delivered weapon.
ABC News has learned at 7 p.m. local time, the U.S. military dropped a GBU-43 seen here in a 2003 test, marking the first time the 22,000-pound bomb has ever been used in combat. The intended target, a series of ISIS cave complexes in eastern Afghanistan along the border with Pakistan.
With this large munition, you're looking at kind of ensuring that the cave is destroyed with the first time go.
This is the latest in the ongoing fight against ISIS.
The United States takes the fight against ISIS very seriously, and in order to defeat the group, we must deny them operational space, which we did.
The GBU-43 is the largest non-nuclear bomb in the U.S. military's arsenal. So large, it has to be carried in the cargo hold of a C-130 military plane and then rolled out the back door. This bombing comes less than a week after an American Special Forces soldier was killed during operations against the Islamic State in Afghanistan.
The United States took all precautions necessary to prevent civilian casualties and collateral damage as a result of the operation.
This was another very, very successful mission.
The Pentagon says that strike was designed to minimize risk to Afghan and U.S. forces doing operations in the area and to maximize destruction to ISIS fighters and facilities. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
The massive Ordnance Air Blast, or mother of all bombs, a 21,600-pound GPS-guided bomb, and it is America's, as we mentioned, largest non-nuclear bomb. It contains 11 tons of explosives and has never been used in combat before. The bomb was developed during the Iraq War and was first tested in 2003 at Eglin Air Force Base in the Florida Panhandle. To give you an idea on this size of this particular bomb, each Tomahawk cruise missile that was launched in Syria last week was 1,000 pounds each. Here at home, Governor Rick Scott is directing the Florida National Guard to be on standby for firefighting missions. Dangerous wildfires have been continuously breaking out across the state for weeks now. It's especially bad near Tampa. The governor says the National Guard's UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter will be sent out if needed to support the Florida Forest Service by dropping hundreds of gallons of water onto the fires from the air. Earlier this week, Scott declared a state of emergency because of the wildfires. A bicyclist is in the hospital tonight after what appears to be a hit and run on Longboat Key. The man says he can't remember the accident, and now police are trying to piece together what happened. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick talked to police about this investigation today, and she joins us live along Gulf of Mexico Drive where that accident happened. Jess.
Good evening, Haley. Longboat Key police aren't exactly sure what happened here. An officer found a 69-year-old bicyclist on the side of the road. That man, however, was confused after hitting his head during the fall. So police are asking for the community's help to help them solve this crime. It was around 2 in the afternoon on Sunday, April 2nd, when 69-year-old Mike McCormick was found on the side of Gulf of Mexico Drive.
We don't know if it was a hit and run in that the vehicle struck the bicyclist causing the accident, or whether the bicyclist went down and the vehicle may have run over the bicycle itself.
Longboat Key police are investigating it as a felony hit and run. And right now they're chasing every lead they have, starting with what a witness saw.
They heard something which could have been an impact, and then looked in that general direction and saw what they described as a smaller white pickup truck, maybe in somewhere mid-90s model.
But after checking the license plate recognition cameras and patrolling the island, they cannot find that white pickup. They're hoping someone somewhere might have the answers.
I think that would be a key break in the case, and we could then interview the driver. We could find out what happened on that. We could look for damage and so forth.
The back wheel of McCormick's bicycle was bent in the accident, but police say it's not enough to tell whether or not he was hit. While shaken up, avid bike riders on the island aren't surprised to hear about the accident.
I don't actually even ride on the road anymore. I stay on the sidewalk just because, frankly, I'm afraid somebody's going to hit me.
These bike paths on the island are slightly less than 6 feet wide. And despite signs plastered along the roadways to watch for bicyclists, Drew and Eva Cotterman say they have near misses nearly every time they ride in the bike lanes.
There's constantly close calls, and they're just not there to see it.
Drew was almost hit just 2 days ago, he says, a few blocks from where McCormick's accident happened. After throwing ideas around to reduce speed on the road,
something's got to happen.
The couple came up with a better solution.
Why we ride the sidewalk, there's a barrier of some sort. Perhaps if you're going to have a bike lane, maybe you need to build a small, if nothing, just a small barricade, just a tiny one, enough to make someone call attention to, oh, wait a minute.
McCormick's wife was riding with him that afternoon of the accident. However, police say that she was a few minutes behind him, so she did not witness what happened. If you did or have any information on that white pickup, you're asked to call police. On Longboat Key, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. Sarasota City Commissioners will consider a new outline suggesting how the city should address homelessness. The city hired the Florida Housing Coalition 5 months ago to find a solution that utilizes the area's existing resources. 5 key components include rapid rehousing, permanent supportive housing programs, and a 50-bed emergency shelter at the Salvation Army. Those are part of the recommendations. The report is designed to help the city, county, and local service providers work together under the same vision.
What we need to focus on is to eliminate the personalities. Again, eliminate the red tape or the red carpet. Let's get people from barely surviving to thriving.
Really, the question will be, should we follow the direction and recommendation that she is making in this report?
To write the report, the Florida Housing Coalition interviewed more than 20 organizations who provide services to the homeless. Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan is leading an effort to overturn a plan to downgrade the manatee's status. Buchanan wants to overturn the recent decision to weaken protections for the Florida manatee. He sent a letter to the Interior Secretary objecting to the downgrading. In the letter, Buchanan says the removal from the potential extinction list could be harmful to the survival of the sea cow. The Interior Department's decision, which was finalized on March 30th, downgraded the manatee's protection status from endangered to threatened. And now for a check on our forecast, which is looking really lovely. Let's head over to Bob.
And with water temperatures warming up, obviously a lot more manatees venturing out. We have a beautiful day today on the bay. Lots of sunshine out there, 86 degrees, so it's a well above average or average high at 80. And right now it's at 86 at the Sarasota Brayton Airport. Winds are out of the northeast at 5, so we haven't had that sea breeze develop quite yet, and that usually cools things down. The pressure now 30.08 inches. A lot of dry air in place across the area. That dry air will stay with us too overnight. We're not anticipating much rainfall. There's a chance for an inland sprinkler or two, but generally mostly fair skies anticipated tonight and for tomorrow. We'll have much more in our forecast coming up in just a few. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. You don't have to do too much stressing if you haven't finished your taxes just yet. The IRS is giving last-minute filers a little extra time. The usual April 15th deadline falls on Saturday this year. That would normally push the deadline to Monday. But Monday is Emancipation Day in the nation's capital. So by law, the filing deadline is extended until Tuesday. All the states that usually have an April 15th deadline have delayed their filing dates as well. They have a couple extra days to do that. ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now to tell us that we've had a triple-digit decline on Wall Street.
Haley, I'm afraid you're exactly right. And actually, the market opened higher this morning. A lot of the major banks announced quarterly earnings, and they came in as well, if not better than expected. And the market did open higher. But unfortunately, the mother of all bombs, as you called it, took a mother of all bomb rally straight to heck on Wall Street, and we finished at the low of the day, down almost 140 points. So unfortunately, our 4-day week finishes with down arrows. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they are not very attractive. There you see the Dow down by 138 points. That is the low of the day, down exactly 2/3 of 1 percent point, thank you, 20,435.25, that on volume of 802 million shares. The NASDAQ down more than 0.5 of 1%, 31 points at 5,805.15, that on volume of 1,717 million shares. And the S&P almost exactly the same as the Dow, down 2/3 of 1%, 16 points at 2,328.95. Well, Tesla, we all know of Tesla as being in the automobile business with electric vehicles, right? Right, but guess what? In September, Tesla announced they are going to introduce, ready for this, a semi. Yes, I did say a semi. And they believe it's going to be very, very successful. The reason being, look at all the gas it's going to save. It won't use any gas at all. And in the transportation business, certainly the cost of fuel is a major, major issue. They also said they're going to introduce a pickup truck. Now, we're talking about fall for the semi, really next year after that for the pickup truck. But you put it all together, Haley, and I have to tell you, Elon Musk and his people are just very innovative, very creative, and they just keep on going. And a lot of people say they're really not a vehicle business. They're an energy business, a battery business, but whatever you call it, stock's doing very well, up 2.5% today, despite the fact the market was lower.
And Richard, there might be some other models that'll fit other tastes, possibly.
Possibly your very own. It's funny you mention that because guess what? They announced their next Roadster is going to be a convertible. So what could be better in Florida than an electric convertible just for you? I think it'd be great.
Perfect. On a day like today?
Absolutely.
Sounds great. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, an unexpected visitor on a Gulf Coast beach. How close a large shark came to a group of spring breakers. And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, getting relief from lower back pain. Who benefits the most from trips to the chiropractor? That's coming up in Health Smart.
The official salon of ABC 7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
2 cities are now signing off on the 4th annual Bradenton Area River Regatta. The city of Bradenton gave unanimous approval to the 2018 event yesterday. Palmetto approved it earlier this month. The regatta brings in some of the best powerboat and jet ski racers in the country. The races take place every February on the Manatee River between the 2 cities. This year's regatta generated as much as $5 million for Bradenton and Palmetto, and at least 100,000 people attended the event. The city of Venice is doing a little bit of construction work on the beach today. They're getting ready for sea turtle nesting season. Crews are working between the South Jetty and South Broward Park. They are leveling drop-offs in the sand to enhance conditions for the turtles. Construction equipment will be on the beach all day. As you can see, not the most scenic situation, but they will possibly be there into the night as well. The city is asking beachgoers to please pay close attention to this approaching equipment and do use caution on the beach. It's not exactly the most relaxing, but you know, it's important for our sea turtles, so got to get that work done.
Another thing that's relaxing, though, is out there on the bay, just kind of cruising along on your big yacht. There's Max right there.
Oh, right.
Max Winnis is taking it easy, you know. He's got a fishing rod in the back and just kind of doing a little slow troll, right? No, nice yacht, though. Nice weather, too. Beautiful day out there on Sarasota Bay, and it looks like it's going to continue, too. We are anticipating generally fair conditions on in through the next couple of days, and in fact we will see beautiful weather. And here's a look at what's happening with the photos. Got to look at this. This is at the Swordfish restaurant in Cortez. Christine sending this one in. Appreciate that. Beautiful blue skies there, some fair weather cumulus clouds around, and just gorgeous weather up and down the coast. Now the satellite and radar combination showing a couple of interesting things going on. We have some storm systems out here in Texas, and then that has moved into Oklahoma and Kansas. And then some high clouds just kind of ripping off to the east here, but no rain around here at all. It's dry. There's some showers well down to our south near the Florida Straits and also off the Carolina coast, a few showers there. But for us, we're staying high and dry here as a result of a large area of high pressure, which continues to dominate our weather and has all week long. Right now it's 86 degrees. The reason why it hasn't cooled off near the coast is because the sea breeze hasn't kicked in right now. Northeast winds are at 5. It's just about to, though. Pressure at 30.08 inches, and that is falling ever so slightly. The forecast for Friday looks good. Temperature still, though, into the mid to upper 80s. We're anticipating upper 80s while inland, and mostly sunny skies throughout most of the day. Just a few clouds dancing on in late in the afternoon. You can see that with the forecast. This is a forecast projection from the RPM forecast model showing some of those clouds heading off to the west, but really showers staying to our south and to the east of the state around this area of high pressure, which continues to hold firm just east of Florida, and it's not budging. It's going to stay there for the foreseeable future. We have a chance for showers come late next week, mid to late week next week, but those chances for rain not all that high at this point. There's that storm system I mentioned. It continues to move off basically to the northeast, right toward Kansas and eventually off toward Missouri. There's a little bit of a system now moving through the Great Lakes and throughout the Northeast, but not much really. There's no real rough weather going on right now. Clouds from Detroit, Cleveland, Toledo down to Cincinnati and Columbus. Some showers as well into Pittsburgh earlier today. Buffalo, just a little bit of clouds around. Out west is where the storm track has really been very active this week. And for Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, and Idaho, all getting rainfall and a mixture of rain, snow in the higher elevations there. And then you can see behind that, not a lot going on after that storm system gets through. Well, temperature-wise, it's chillier in Detroit, Toronto, and Cleveland than it is in St. Louis. Look at St. Louis, 82 degrees right now. And 80 in Dallas, 77 in Kansas City, Minot at 68, 71 in the nation's capital, 58 now reported in Boston, and 75 in Albuquerque. Phoenix warming up, 92 degrees. Well, here's the boating forecast. Tomorrow, we'll start off a little breezy. East winds at 15 knots, and then it will subside somewhat. Late morning, early afternoon, 5 to 10 knots out of the northeast. Seas will be running 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop. And the water temperature now 75 degrees. Beaches will see a high near 81. The UV index will be noticeably high to it, 10. Low tide upcoming for Sarasota Bay at 9:45, and then another one at 8:48 tomorrow morning. Sunset should be a good one, 7:54 and 7:06 for your sunrise. Mostly clear, warm and breezy overnight, 62 with northeasterly winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow, that should say Friday, morning sunshine, a few clouds, and a slight chance for a late day shower. The extended forecast calling for warmer weather and running in through the weekend and beyond. There's that rain chance, not all that high on Wednesday and Thursday, but we'll take what we can get. 30% chance on Wednesday and Thursday. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now the Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but traffic is backed up on US 41 in Sarasota in the northbound lanes near Fruitville Road. In health news tonight, when it comes to opioid use, about 6% of patients prescribed the drugs after surgery continue to use them for at least 3 months. A study found the type of surgery had no effect on whether people continue to use the drugs. However, the findings showed that people who were more likely to continue the use of these painkillers were those who smoke, drank, had certain mood disorders, or had chronic pain. The study was conducted by the University of Michigan Medical School and published in JAMA Surgery. A government panel is walking back on a 2012 recommendation that it advocated against PSA testing for prostate cancer. Now, the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force says men should talk to their doctors to decide if they should routinely have the test. The panel says the PSA test that has a small chance of detecting deadly cancer and a larger chance of triggering unneeded worry and treatment with serious side effects. The blood test detects elevated levels of a protein that may signal cancer, but also can be caused by less serious prostate problems. It can also find cancer that often doesn't need treatment because it's too small and slow growing to become deadly. So it's a delicate balance that you need to discuss with your doctor. A new study assesses how effective chiropractic care is for lower back pain. The research, which pooled 26 prior studies, found that spinal manipulation was linked to modest improvements in pain and function among people with short-term lower back pain. This was not studied on chronic back pain. There improved pain an average of 1 point on a 10-point scale. Some orthopedic doctors and chiropractors are skeptical of the study, which was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association. They say spinal manipulation is practiced in many different ways, and each person's back pain is very different. Coming up, a family of 5 dangling on the edge of a steep dam. How rescue crews help them get off of this teetering boat. Plus, 2 stories on how UPS and postal workers are going above and beyond for their jobs by rushing to a fire and by helping cheer up a sick little boy.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
A family boat ride in a Virginia creek quickly turned very frightening, and there was a rescue involved. A family of 5, including 3 kids, were on an outing Monday afternoon when their boat's engine stalled out. Within seconds, they started drifting toward the creek's dam, with the currents getting stronger and stronger. Their boat got stuck, teetering on the lip of that dam right there. The family facing a 20-foot drop if they went over. Luckily, the parents had their cell phones and they called 911. Soon after, a rescue craft arrived and was able to hover near the stranded boat while crew members tied on and pulled them to safety.
Blowhead dams kind of have like a washing machine effect at the base of it, so they would have been recirculated and hydraulic for a while, but it was a very close call for them.
35 first responders helped in some form or fashion with this rescue. Wow. This is one UPS man who really delivers. UPS employee Paul Pereira was making deliveries in a Massachusetts neighborhood when a fire broke out. Check this out on the front porch of a home. Pereira sprang into action, yelling for 2 people inside to get out. He then grabbed a nearby garden hose and went to work putting out the flames. Pereira continued helping even after firefighters arrived on the scene. After it was over, well, he just continued his delivery route. Wow. Also in Massachusetts, dozens of postal workers made a very special visit. After they completed their routes, the mailmen and women of Framingham lined up their trucks for one final delivery. The 50 trucks were all decorated with green ribbons and bumper stickers with the message, "Why not Devin?" The mail trucks wound their way through the streets, stopping traffic and turning heads until they arrived at the home where 6-year-old Devin Swow was waiting outside. The boy was diagnosed a few months ago with a rare form of a brain tumor. The carriers brought Devin his postal hats, a delivery bag filled with all kinds of messages of support, and their highest honor.
On behalf of the United States Postal Service, I'd like to make you the honorary postmaster of Framingham, effective April.
They also presented Devin's family with a check for $2,100 to add them to more than $250,000 that has already been raised to pay for experimental treatments. We wish him all the best of luck. Some pictures taken on the beach of the Alabama Gulf Coast are now going viral. Kenneth Clark was visiting a friend in Gulf Shores last week when he spotted a large shark lurking just yards away from swimmers. He says it was about noon, which concerns him because typically sharks are looking for food in the dawn and dusk times of the day. Clark says although people were staying out of the water, they were trying to warn another man to get out. Great plan there. That's a little freaky. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, complaints surrounding a Suncoast charter school. Why a private school in Venice is fighting allegations that it violated the Sunshine Law.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder, high performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.